Welcome back, my friends. Today we are going to solve lead code problem 1512, number of good pairs. So as you might already know, I have a channel with like a lot of good playlists like lead code solutions in Java as well as computer science related material and interview materials in the playlist. Please check out my playlist and subscribe to the channel. So if you are preparing for this for any interviews like Java J2 technologies, this channel will be really helpful to you. Please subscribe. So now let's go and look into this problem details. So given an array of integer nums, return number of good pairs. A pair ij is called a good if num of I is equal to num of j and I is less than j. So for example, in this array, you can say that this one and this one, so both are a good pair because both are having same values and I is less than j. I is here 0 and j is here 3, right? So that is a good pair. So let's take this example over here and we can discuss how we can solve this. So one easiest way is to use a brute force algorithm where you will see one number like zeroth number, this one, and you will travel the whole remaining array, right? This whole remaining array, whenever you see one, you will just count it. Here also you will count it, here also you will count it as a one good pair. Similarly, you will take these two, then you will take these three. For example, for the three, when you are at this three, then you will consider this remaining as a sub array. You find this another good pair. So this way you can count the good pair. So but if you are going this way, then your solution is order of n square, right? Because you are traveling the array every time to find out the good pair. So it is order of n square. So the reason why I'm creating this video is I wanted to show you the order of n solution for this problem. So let me just take this back and we can consider the array again. So this is the array that is given to us. So what we are going to do is one solution first I will show you is using the hash map. So what we are going to do is we are going to define a map like this, integer and list of integers. So for every number we will create a list of integers and we will add that number in that list, right? So that is a one thing. So for example, let's take this example. So if we are at 1, right? So let me just create a hash map here. So hash map is integer and list of integer, right? So when we are looking at this one, so we don't find any key here for one, so we will create a one key and we will add one into our list, right? So this one is just to count how many ones we are seeing basically. So our result, we create result variable, it is 0 in the beginning. Okay, now we are at 2, so we are seeing 2. So 2 also we don't have any entry, so we will just make a entry 2 here, and then again we are now at 3. So at 3 we are not seeing entry, so we will make another entry here into our hash map with 3 into our linked list 3. And when we are now at this location 4 with this is the one entry, right? So we find the entry 1. So what we will do is we will count how many size is there already that we have seen. So 1 is the size of 1, so we will add that size into the result, right? So we add 1 here and we add another entry here 1. Now again when you visit this one, you find another entry here like this entry for 1 and its size is 2, so we will add the size here 2 into this one, right? And then we will add our entry here 1. So we are at the end now 3, so we again find this 3 entry. So size is 1 here for the linked list, so we will add that linked list size here, and then we will add our entry into the map like this. And we have traversed the whole array. So now we will just make the count of this, means this result will be 4 at this time, right? So we will have to only return the result actually, right? So as you can see, output is equal to 4. So this is one approach here using a map. And to further improve the little bit on the space side, right, we are right now using list of integer. So instead of that we will just use integer here in the second approach. So integer means we will just say here, instead of 1 1 2 3, we will just say 1 and then the frequency you have like already seen, right? Then you will say 1 here as a int. Then next time when you are seeing this second time, then you will just improve this 1, you will take it out and you make it 2, and at this third time when you see this 1, you will take out the 2 and you will just make it 3 basically. So it is integer comma integer. So this is a space saver, right? Because list is will consume more space, integer will consume less space. So I will show you both solutions I implemented. This one is the first. So we created a result variable here. We have defined a map here. It's a hash map of integer comma list of integer, and here we are traversing the array, right? So first we will always check if map has an entry for that number. If it's not there, if it is null, then we will create a new linked list and we will add that number into that linked list, right? And we will just put it into map. If we find the entry, then we will first get that list from the map for that number, and we will just increment our result is equal to result plus list size, right? As I explained here. So first it is 1, then it is 2, like that we will increment our result with the list size, and then we will add the current number with the list, and then we will again put that back into our map, right? So that's what we will do. We will just iterate the whole array and we will just return result. So let me show you quickly. So let's take all the examples here and make sure this works fine. So this is order of n. We are only traversing the array one time, right? This is for loop. So order of n, time complexity, and the map we will be using, right? So map will occupy space, so that one also we might have like n elements here. And so you can say like roughly order of n for map also for space complexity, right? Because we are using map. So here we are getting a correct answer here, so we will submit. So with map of integer and list, you can see that the here the space that we have used is 71% on the memory usage, right? Now we will improve it little bit. Now what we will do is, I have created the solution, I'll show you. So it is almost similar, but instead of this a list of integer, we will just use the list here. Sorry, we will just use an integer here, right? So let me just comment this code for a second, and I'll show you the another solution that I created. This is on the space complexity. This is better because it is using integer instead of list. So whenever we are, first we will always create a value 1 when we are not seeing any value in the map, and then whenever we are seeing again, we will just increment that value and add it into the result, right? Like the frequency. And here again we will add one into the scene here. So we will increment frequency basically. So as you can see here, the frequency will be 1 at this time. When we go here, the frequency we will update it with 1 to 2 here. When you are seeing this again 1, then we will update our frequency from 2 to 3 here. So that's what we are doing here. So we are not maintaining any list, we are just maintaining the frequency we have seen by integer comma integer. So this is a better approach on the space side. So again, only once we are traversing the array, so order of n. On the time complexity, space complexity will be better, but it is still order of n, but it is better than the least, right? Because least occupies more space. So let's take the whole example set again and rerun this with a new code. So again it is getting accepted, so we will again submit. So now we should see better improvement. So it is now, it is almost like 82% and 100% faster on the memory, like on the runtime, and 82% which is on the space. So this is pretty good actually. It is order of n solution. So reason to create the memory, reason to create this video is to show you the order of n solution for this problem, because order of n square solution is very easy. But in the interviews they might ask you to show think about order of n solutions and optimize the space and all, so you can explain them like this. So I thought this will be helpful for you in the interviews. I often create Java J2 interview related videos and lead code solution videos. So please subscribe to the channel. Subscription is really helpful for the channel, so it can reach to more people. And try to take a look into all my playlist. They have like exemplified examples, like simplified examples and explained in details about the solutions. So check it out, and thanks for watching the video.